guys, welcome to another video. So it's a Saturday and we have a weekly podcast. And today we have Saurabh Agarwal with me. He is a 2019 graduate from BITS Pilani and he's currently working as an ML engineer at Apple.
Like my name is Saurabh and I work as an ML engineer at Apple. I've been working here for the last 2 years. First 6 months of them were as an intern and the rest 1.5 as an ML engineer, as an employee. Before that, I graduated in computer science from BITS Pilani and I did an internship at Goldman and at a PS station called Value First. I don't know if anyone has heard of it or not. Fall 2021, I plan to head for my MS in Analytics at Georgia.
So let's talk about your journey. So starting from college, how did you kind of get started with machine learning and when did you realize that this is what I want to do आगे जाके?
I don't think I really currently also know if this is what I want to do now or like in the future. It's just that it was when I was in 2-1, then 2-1 is the first semester of computer science. Just get started CS courses, and I am a big fan of probability stats, ML, and that maths and that sort of stuff. So I was just like that ML at that point. I just read up a Medium blog post saying that if you like maths and if you like CS, ML might be the thing for you. And I just tried it out. I took a few online courses by Andrew Ng and other by I think the University of Michigan was the one. And then really liked the field. So because it had what I liked, it had computer science, it had coding part in it, and it had a bit of ML, a bit of maths in it. So yeah, I just took it up, and from 2-1, I've never actually experienced any other field so deeply. So I can't comment on the fact whether I would like something else or not, or if this is better than some other thing. It's just that I liked it, and I have been doing it since past 4-5 years.
Machine learning is like a huge field and vast in itself. So how do you start with which field do you know ki I should start and how do you actually switch field and how do you exactly know ki I have done enough reinforcement learning, natural language processing, बहुत सारी चीजें हैं and now I need to explore other domains or switch my field or basically because college में तो ऐसा है ना कि जितना explore करो उतना अच्छा रहता है.
That's exactly the point. College mein, it's always better to explore more than go deeper in one subject, because the amount of time you have, you won't be able to go deep in one subject like the way you want. For example, if you take computer vision also, it takes like 1 year or even more than that to just like get into it. Like that's the tip of the iceberg. It's huge. The field is huge, and then there are divisions inside computer vision as well, whether you're working with video, images, or you're working on a car or something like that. There's so many fields. So this will happen at every level, is what I'm saying. Like currently, when you're starting ML, you are thinking that you will do computer vision or NLP or reinforcement learning or GANs or whatever you'll focus on. And then when you step a little further, let's say you go into NLP, then there are a different set of problems. There's recommendation, and then there's filtering, there's spam, and there's all these problems in which there is further the tree goes down as well. So it's just about you try something. If you like it, you just go a level deeper into it, and if you don't, you switch. Like that's what I did. Like I primarily in my college I focused on NLP itself, and till now, like in my career also 1.5 year I've been working solely in NLP. So I don't have like any idea of computer vision more than what the online courses teach you, like the basics and stuff. I haven't worked on a deep in-length project in it. And same for reinforcement learning or GANs, I think. Yeah. So I think the thing is you only change your field once you are stuck, or once you think that you don't like a subfield that you're entering, then you can go ahead and try something new, because like in ML, like in every other field, there's always much to work.
How much of your work is actually pure machine learning and how much of it is development?
So my work is less ML than I would like it to be, and that's the primary reason that I'm heading for an MS, to just get my hands dirty in ML more. Primary work of an ML engineer is, as in the job description, these guys write that you will be responsible for ML and everything, but you do get to do ML. It's just that that's only the nascent stage of the project. Like when you're up to a level when you can present a POC. POC is a proof of concept. What it means is you can show someone that a problem that you were thinking of is solvable now, and that can be done through ML. And you just like put together a approach, and then you show them that this is done and this can be done. Then you work on it a little bit more to get it to an accuracy or to a performance metric which you want to achieve. And then the ML bit is done. You don't focus on that at all. in the future. Like you just wrap it up at an API and then you just outsource it or with it. And then comes the development part, which is actually more of my job, I think. 70% of my job would be developing part. I would say it's a 70-30 split in favor of the dev part instead of.
How is a normal day at Apple? When does it start? क्या होता है?
I think like this is a thing that I don't think many people know when they're in college, that even if you're at any company, right, your team culture and your work culture is heavily dependent on your team. It doesn't matter which company you're in. Like there are people near me whose managers are chill or whose teams have a chill infrastructure, so they come at around 11, 12-ish, leave whenever they want. It's just that you have to do your work, and it's nothing like you have to show your face in office or be at 9 and go at 5 and this shit like that. So luckily I'm part of one such team, that my team is very chill. My manager is very chill. But then there are teams who say, ki, nahin, you have to be, they schedule meetings at 10 early in the office, so you have to be there and stuff like that. So it's very variable. Even in any big company like Amazon, Microsoft, Facebook, like you can't say that the team culture is defined by its Facebook or its Amazon or its Apple or its Microsoft. It's heavily defined by what the manager thinks of how he wants to run his team. So it can be any sort of thing.
So what, according to you, is the best way to learn and go deep into machine learning? Is it through college projects? Is it through courses and doing your own stuff, or is it through Kaggle competitions?
The major thing is to get projects done, and I don't really care whether they're done on Kaggle or whether they're done as part of a college, like under a professor as a SOP or an LOP or a DOP or anything like that, or if you're just doing them on your own in some tech fest or something like that, or if you go in a conference and present. It's just that from a recruiter's perspective, it's only important that you have a project and you've done that somewhere. It's just not something that you concocted with a group of friends and you can't show anything for it. Like you've done it somewhere, or you presented it to someone who has some academic credibility. And Kaggle does that for you. You can they can actually go somewhere and see your solution. Kaggle has many people who've written notebooks in the past. So if you're trying to learn also, you can just go and see what they've done. In college projects, this is the limitation, because college projects, you don't have this multifaceted feedback. If you can say, like in college, the only feedback you will get is from your professor, or if you have some teammates or you have some PhD supervising or something like that. But on Kaggle, you can get like not direct feedback because you won't get the chance to talk to people, but indirect feedback to their work. And apart from that, let's say even in our courses, like I think ML course or whatever, I think there are projects. In my time, there used to be one course project and stuff like that you had to show them. I think you can do any course, and just as soon as you finish one course or one micro degree, you are good enough. You know enough to get started with projects. What people do is they procrastinate, and they end up going too much deep into online courses that don't offer projects and stuff like that. For example, on Coursera, there is deeplearning.ai, right? I don't know if you've heard of it.
Yeah.
So they run multiple specializations. So once you're done with one specialization, in my opinion, you're good enough to tackle any problem anywhere, at least start on any problem anywhere. And then you can learn by doing problems rather than just learning by, taking another specialization or another course, in which 50% of the time you will just be hearing what you already know, because every course takes time to ramp up, right? And if you do projects and that looks better on your CV to me, rather than just doing more and more and more and more courses.
That was really insightful. Moving on to the placement part. So let's say, being a college student, I want to be in your position that you are in. So how is the placement process and the internship process like? How did you apply and stuff like that?
I couldn't guide you through the placement process much. I've never been a part of it. Thankfully, I was lucky enough to never have to sit for placements in my final year, because in my pre-final year, I was able to land an internship at Goldman, and then I got a PPU at Goldman. And I wasn't prepared also, because I know I had a PPU. I didn't prepare anything. I wasn't ready to get into placements. And Apple happened in a similar way. Apple came for PS at that time, and we were the third. Like me and my batchmates were the third, I think, third batch of interns that Apple was taking. And then the PS system is clear, right? You fill your form. But Apple was the only one. I think Apple has enough pull on the PS division also, that they were allowed to take an interview. They took. I don't think any other company does this on the PS system. You just allotted one based on your CG and everything. But yeah, Apple took an interview, and that was also a very normal interview. I think hardly any DSA, one or two questions, and a basic, they try just trying to see whether you're a good fit for the team, and whether when you work with people, the people you'll be working with will take your interview and stuff like that. It's very simple actually. It's more of luck rather than skill, I think. And once you're there, then comes the skill part. Like you have to like show them that you can do work, and then take your spot there, and they'll give you a PPO.
Uh, so I think that's it. We are done with all the questions. Any tips or suggestions you would want to give for first year and second year people who are watching this video?
I don't think first year and second year people need many tips, because anything I say either will be too stupid to them or will be too meta to them. I don't think that I will be able to put my point across very clearly. So I think it's just that you can, if you're interested in ML, like I was since my second year, you just like, uh, you know, do stuff. That's the only thing I could suggest. Yeah, there's one other thing. I just had a chat with people, and they focus too much on their CG, and I don't think that's correct. Yeah, because I don't think it matters a lot. Apart from the PS system, there's just a threshold that you need to clear for like companies, let's say Apple. But if you're in the PS system, there are companies, that take only people who are 9.5, 10, and those sort of things. But I don't know. I don't think that much is required to go into it. If you can save time, then you can, put it to something else. Because college, if you focus on getting a 10 CGPA, then you're completely focused all the time on your courses, and you won't have time, because like, I don't think in Goa they even give a 10 easily, because I have friends who say the Goa
Uh,
grading system actually sucks. But Pilani's is much better, and you can actually get a 10. There are people who've gotten a 10, but they have to devote all their time to getting that 10. So if there is someone who's like I was 8.7, and there's 8 and 9 people who were there who the time they saved or the time they had left because they weren't focusing too much could get into, let's say, even extracurricular activities, or like study and like fuck all this and just have fun also. Even that's like, if people take it too seriously. And nowadays, because this LinkedIn has also become like a Facebook, there's nothing good about LinkedIn left. There's, all these posts and everything. So I think it's better to just chill. I don't think it's too much pressure is to be taken. Yeah, I didn't do it, and like I landed up well, so it's fine. Yeah.